right to that space regarding all these streets?
They have a right to be unimpeded, and they have a right to certain protection. That's why they put up $1.2 billion. And what that means is you cannot come on the block with a competing set of meters that will affect their revenue stream, or they'll sue us. They'll sue us. Now everybody's going to get sued. They'll sue us, and they'll have a really good claim. And if they win, we might have to pay that $1.2 billion back plus damages. So these things are thought out pretty well. I'm not saying it was a good deal. Look, I think a lot of these privatization deals are baloney. I mean, when I saw that the mayor wanted to recommend the 911 center and the water system for privatization, I wondered, what are we thinking about here? Could you imagine the 911 center in private profit-making hands, where the company out of Timbuktu says, you know what, we're spending too much money on that 911 center in Chicago, we're not making the return on investment we want, cut back on the call takers. And what's going to happen? You're going to call 911, you're going to be waiting. We don't need that, we can't have that. Similarly with the water. If you give the water to a private water company or private water manager, they're going to say, okay, city, we'll give you $5 billion for the water system in Chicago. And we expect a return on investment of 15–16%. If those returns aren't showing for those guys, one of two things is going to happen. Either you're going to get less water or your price is going up. So I don't think we put those fundamental things that are important to our safety or to our ability to live in private person's hands. Now, Midway Airport, a little bit different deal. I would think about that. If you wanted to put that on the table, it's something we ought to take a look at. But you got to air it out. You got to have hearings. You got to have analysis. You got to make sure it's the right price. You got to make sure the people out there are taken care of, in the sense that if the people invested in those businesses and they expect their employees to be out there for a while, we can't have a private firm coming in and just wiping them out. So if the right protections are put in place in a transaction like Midway, and you use the money from Midway to have long-term reserves for this city, long-term reserves, and you use the other part of the money that you get from Midway